When I first met Alcion, I said, Alison. I know some of you made that mistake. I met her by virtue of my role as Minister of Education many years ago. And she was coming to Jamaica as part of a delegation. I believe it would have been some of her friends in the financial community who would come to Jamaica to play golf. But she would also use it as a philanthropic mission to provide computers and other learning aids to schools. And she wanted someone from the Jamaican government to receive these items officially. And she was doing it maybe for 2 or 3 years before. And invitations were offered before, I didn't come. And then I don't know why I decided to take up the invitation on this occasion, and I went and I met Alcion. And I was struck by Alcion because she was assertive, she was strong, and she knew what she was about. Today we gather in gratitude and deep respect to honor the extraordinary life and service of Consul General Alcion Wilson, Commander of the Order of Distinction of Jamaica. We decided to accord Alcion this honor because she deserved it. And the decision was made several months before. It's quite a big occasion in Jamaica, but Alcion wasn't able to do it this time. I'm going to ask Senator the Honorable Kalina Johnson-Smith, our Minister of Foreign Affairs, to present the award. Honorable Congresswoman Yvette Clark, if you could join in that. We will hand it over to Omar. Consul General Wilson was not content merely to occupy an office. She reimagined what a consulate could be. And through her vision, she elevated Jamaica's presence across New York and throughout the 33 states under her jurisdiction. Her work was defined by a rare combination of professional excellence and profound humanity. A blend that made her not only an outstanding public servant, but a beloved figure in the diaspora community. Throughout, Alcion could only be described as a good steward, a dependable servant of the people. But she excelled in moments of crisis, when leadership matters. Alcion sacrificed to be in this position. And I'm here today to pay respect to her as a person, but I'm also here to pay respect to her sacrifice. She wanted to serve. It was a yearning that she had. During the pandemic, I was a bit worried for her because she launched this thing called Consul General on the beat, when one would expect that she would, take the precautions and stay in. But there were hundreds of Jamaicans stranded in New York without food and proper accommodations. And Alcion made it her duty to ensure that their needs were met And I recall that she organized, when we opened the borders, a massive airlift to return Jamaicans who were stranded here. And during the pandemic in Jamaica, when we were all forced into remote learning, and our kids did not have tablets or computers, Alcion went on the phone and she bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of laptops and tablets for the kids in Jamaica, which we distributed. I've never seen someone who has excelled in the art of networking. She was not afraid to pick up the phone and call even the highest office. And she made friends. And she didn't use that for her benefit. It was not about her agreement. It was about leveraging her network for the benefit of people in need, and not just Jamaicans. She worked in the consular corps here when she held the position of chairman, and she helped to organize hurricane relief for other Caribbean islands when they were impacted. She bore burden well. You would never know her struggles and her triumphs. She didn't want me to know. And but I knew. But because I knew that she didn't want me to know, I didn't let her know that I knew. So we played this diplomatic game. And at some point, I had to be the one to say no. Because for her, the answer is always yes. And so I had to limit myself for what I would ask, because I knew if I asked, you would say yes, and I know that would be another incredible burden that I would be placing on her. She was a very smart lady. Very brilliant. Well, put it this way, she knew how to make a good deal. And so we benefited from that skill in having a new consulate facility. Better service, better facility, lower cost. I think that's just a lesson to all public servants. She particularly loved the children of Jamaica. She always spoke about her upbringing in St. Catherine, school that she went to, and how difficult it was for her. And so she's always seeking to help the children of Jamaica. She had many scholarships that she sponsored both herself and through her various charities and foundations through which she worked. She returned the Jamaica Independence Gala to a position of prominence. She galvanized the community.
Alcion, if you give a little